I grew up in the 70s, and from 1977 to 1982, the Incredible Hulk television series ran on CBS. You'd find me glued to the TV each week, awaiting the adventures of Dr. David Banner, a brilliant scientist whose laboratory experiment goes terribly awry. From that moment forward, whenever he is under extreme stress, he undergoes a massive change and morphs into the Incredible Hulk, a tall, muscular, bright green monster. After destroying whatever threatens Dr. Banner, he morphs back to normal human form, left with his broken memory, tattered clothing, and evidence of destruction. These transformations are quite troubling for Dr. Banner, and he begins a long journey of trying to reverse his condition. Decades later, I have taken my own sons to the theater to watch the many reimagined versions of this classic story. Each time I watch an interpretation, I'm struck by how it mirrors the work I do as a therapist who counsels boys. I think many boys relate to the Incredible Hulk because they understand the tension of wanting to do good in the world while battling a monster inside. They know the impact of stress and what it's like when it comes out sideways. They understand emotion evolving into a transformation with an undesired outcome. I've even had parents describe their sons as being like the Hulk. They report sending one guy to school and ending up with a monster at bedtime. These boys regulate with teachers and coaches and then come unhinged at home with their parents. Recently, a mom shared that reminding her son he had 5 minutes of screen time left resulted in his yelling, throwing the remote, and sobbing uncontrollably on the floor. She laughingly said, "He didn't turn green, but I kept waiting for it to happen." When we get angry, our nervous system goes into higher states of arousal. We experience sensations in the body from increased heart rate, dilated pupils, adrenaline release, increased respiration, skin perspiration, and blood flow moving to the larger muscles. Sounds a bit like turning into the Hulk, doesn't it? The 3 R's. Our job is to help boys learn to recognize stress as it registers inside them. We want to train them to observe and pay attention to the body sensations they are experiencing. As important as it is to recognize what's happening, boys need instruction on how to regulate in these moments. If they struggle to do one or both of those vital tasks, they may have a Hulk moment, and they need to do some repair. Despite the body sounding alarms and sending signals, boys often ignore the signs and push forward until they find themselves in tattered clothes and full of regret. I've talked with thousands of boys over the decades who've described what it feels like on the other side of a Hulk moment. Boys share stories of yelling at their mom, shoving a younger sibling, or breaking an object in their home.